Hi everyone, it's Tiffany with Ready Set Crop, getting ready to do a live process video with you. I'm recording this on Facebook Live on Thursday, February 9th, and then it will be over on my YouTube channel for the replay anytime. So if you're joining me live, thanks for being here, and if you're watching the replay, I'm so glad that you watched, and be sure to hit the subscribe button so that you can get notifications of all of my other videos when they get posted. So let's get started. I have a couple of photos of me, some selfies from last year when we took a trip to Orlando and we did a couple of days of Disney and a couple of days of Universal, and so I have some pictures of me with different treats that I got each day, because you know when you do Disney trips and Universal trips you always have to get those good treats. Hi Judy, thanks for joining me. So I'm going to use these three photos. I'm going to cut those. I have the black collegiate letters that I'm probably going to use for my title. And then I have the Serenity collection that I've just started digging into. I used this for my pocket pages the other night. It has really pretty kind of muted blues, grays, sage green, kind of purplish colors to them. So I'm going to use those. And the reason that I gravitated to the Serenity collection was because I think there was somewhere in here, oh yeah, there was, oh, it was a candle. I was thinking it was a mug. Well, oh, filling my cup, yeah. So I was going to use something like that because it was, you know, my kids were always, they're off on all the big rides and everything, and I was enjoying trying out all the treats. So I am going to use some of these things for tonight's layout. Hi Gail. And so these are the papers that I have chosen, these three here, and they're double-sided, so you have a combination of these really pale patterns, and then these kind of read as solids. We've got a tan and a sage and like a cornflower blue. And I am going to be using the double rickrack punch, and I am punching a ton of rickrack borders. And I've already punched a bunch because I didn't want you to have to sit here for the whole thing. So I'm just going to take out this piece of the tan paper and fit my paper onto the tray here. Close the magnet, flip the tray underneath. And like I said, I was already using it, but this is a double rickrack, and I'm just going to put this into the holder and then punch away. Now this one, I have been punching a lot of these for the past 20 minutes. I did find that it's a little bit more persnickety than other ones. Like here, it just ripped that one. You just have to go really slow with it. And make sure that you've got all your debris from the punch removed. I just keep wrecking this one. And because this is designer paper, it's thinner, and this is a thin punch, so it comes out really cute. I have a whole pile of them here. You usually get two at a time. Mine's just being kind of fussy. It was working great, and then the past couple of punches I made were doing that, so I might just have to take my time a little bit more. So I'm going to try that again. Just making sure that all of that punch debris is out. Yeah, there it goes again. All right, well, I have a whole bunch punched here, so rather than fussing with this for you, I will just use the ones that I punched. And let me show you what I'm doing. I found a sketch on Creative Memories that has a bunch of waves across it. So I thought, ooh, that looks like the Rick Rack. So I'm making my background with all of these punches. So what I'm doing is using my removable adhesive and just putting a few strips of it along my cardstock. And I'm using, it's called Albatross. It's like a charcoal-y kind of color, but it has a bit of purple to it. Kind of a purpley tint to it. So I thought that it looked really nice with these papers. The removable adhesive is perfect for this because if you don't get this lined up right, you can easily just pull it up and shift as needed. And while I'm not being like super picky about everything lined up, I do want to make sure that they line up pretty well. So I have had to pull things up and rearrange a couple of times. And I am not concerned about the order of these, other than I'm not going to put two solids next to each other. You know, I'm going to kind of spread out the more solid ones with the paler ones. And you could really put these, as you punch them, put them in order so that they go in order on the paper. I'm just, I wing it a little bit more than that. Pull this one up a little bit. And so I just make sure to press it down in each of the sections where I've put the adhesive, just so that it's really stuck down there. And I'm just nesting each one into the other one, leaving, I don't know, it's about 1/8 of an inch maybe between each one. So this does take a little bit of time, which is why I already did a large portion of it ahead of time, so that you didn't have to watch me doing the whole thing. Because I would lose you. It's not that exciting. Let's see. But it's a fun way to repeat a punch and create a really interesting background. This would be great with the tropical papers, doing like a beachy kind of page, or a birthday party with some bright colors. This would be really fun for that too. Trying to find the one that has the brown on the other side. Maybe I didn't get many of those. I think that was the one that kept getting stuck on me. So I'm just putting about 1 inch of adhesive at a time and then going back and replacing as I go. It will stay sticky, but I don't want to, I want to make sure it's really sticky when I put the border down on it. All these cute little Rick Racks. This reminds me of the clothes my mom would make me in the 70s and 80s with the Rick Rack going across like the bib of the dress. And you could try this just as a like 2-inch border if you didn't want to do a whole background, if you're thinking this is way too busy for me and I just wanted to try it. When I saw the sketch, I thought, oh, I'm gonna give this a try. Do a couple more. Oh, there's a brown. Oops, so too close. And they're not perfectly lined up. They're probably going a little bit crooked, but I'm not too worried. I'm gonna do one more and then I'll be ready to build my layout. One more green. feel like I've been punching for hours. I think I started punching these at 8 o'clock. And then I looked down at the clock and I was like, oh no, I've got to be ready. And I was still punching away. Okay, that's good. Toss these, and I'm going to trim this now. So I'm going to trim this to 11 by 11. So I'm going to trim 1 inch off of an end and then turn it and trim an inch off on this side. Just make sure that's really tacked down there. Okay, so now I have an 11 by 11. I'm going to use this piece as a frame around it, but I'm going to gut the center out first so that I can use that to map my photos. So I am going to cut a 10 by 10 square out of the center, just leaving a 2-inch frame all the way around. Okay, there's my frame. I'm going to grab my permanent adhesive and put this down, but only putting adhesive along the edge because the center of my layout has been gutted. So then I would stick to the table and then stick to the scrapbook. Just pressing that down softly, gently, because I don't want to mess with all those rickracs. All right, now I'm going to grab my photos and trim those. And in the sketch, they had 2 photos that were kind of on the bottom right-hand side. So I have 3 photos, but I will put them down towards the bottom right-hand side. And then they had some embellishments around it. I printed a bunch of photos today, made a list of things that I needed to work on, and sent a bunch of pictures to CVS, which I normally kind of just print as I go at home, but I figured if I was planning that I could print at CVS. I wasn't crazy about how they came out, honestly. I typically print from Walgreens, and you know, I don't know if it's the quality of the pictures, they're just from my phone, but I wasn't crazy about them. So I am just going to lay these across this white paper like that. I'm going to put the butterbeer in the middle because that was my favorite one. And it was so it was some kind of peppermint something in Epcot. And then it was animal cracker coffee something at Toy Story. And then frozen butterbeer at Hogwarts. Those are my treats. So I'm going to mat this one on a piece of white. Before I overlap it, just so there's a little bit of separation between them. Otherwise, they kind of all blend in together. Yeah, that's good. So I'm going to trim this and then I will add that photo. I'm going to leave a little bit of extra space here. And now I'm going to grab my foam squares to pop up this photo. Doesn't really need to be popped up, but I just think that's fun to add a little bit of interest and highlight one of them. And because it's the Butterbeer, that's my favorite one, so that's the one I'm going to highlight. Oops. This is a little bit wider on this side than the other, so I'm just going to use my scissors and trim it. Okay, overlap that one. Now I'm going to grab my stickers and see if there's one that I want to put across there. I don't know if I will, it might be too busy, but I might want to. I'm just going to do this one here. Just tucked it right underneath those photos, and then I'm just going to trim it. Now I feel like this background is so busy, which obviously, yeah, it was, but it's just a little too busy for me. So I'm going to grab one of the colors, maybe the green. I'm going to see. I think maybe I want something contrasting, so I'm going to grab this blue and I'm going to mat the whole thing, my whole photo cluster, on the blue. Now I'll trim that. Because it is a really busy background, which I knew was going to happen, but it's just a little too busy. And you want your photos to still stand out. You don't want them lost in the shuffle of everything. So I'm going to do that. And let's see, I pulled out a tag. I have a whole collection of tags that I saved from clothing, and I thought this would be fun to add. And then I grabbed this green and white twine, which is the perfect color to go with this. So I'm going to cut the string that was in this tag and add this twine instead. And I'm just looping it through and doing that. We'll put that there. And I'm going to use the collegiate stickers to spell out the word treats. I'm going to start at the end. Spell it backwards. These letters are from the Back to School collection, and I absolutely love them. They're so, just like a nice basic letter that works with all kinds of layouts. I really like them a lot. And then I'm going to write, just with my, this is a blue-gray marker that matches perfectly with this collection. I'm just gonna write vacation across the top of this. So vacation treats. And then I will pop this up as well. I like saving tags from clothing because it's usually a really nice heavy duty cardstock and interesting shapes. I have a whole bowl filled with all different kinds of shapes. And I always find it fun to use one for my title or my journaling, that kind of thing. So I think maybe I might put it up here. I was thinking here, but I still need a spot to put my journaling, and there may not be other spots. So I think I might put it up here. And now I'm going to pull out those stickers again and see if there are things that I want to embellish with around the photos. And I'm going to pull out the mats as well. So I know I wanted to use, well, me time is kind of nice. And I definitely wanted to use filling my cup. Solo. I wish there was a coffee cup. This one I'm going to trim because I just don't like the shape of it. And let's see, then I think I'm just gonna grab some of these hearts. These stickers are a nice cardstock, so it always gives you the opportunity to pull them up and move them a little bit if you need to, which I really like, because sometimes you're not sure where you want that sticker. Just trying to get this straight. Okay. Look through here and see if there's anything that would work in these cards. I don't remember if there was anything in here. I guess not. Not for this one. And that might be it, because it's a pretty busy layout already. Just gonna check these again. Yeah, I think that's gonna be it. Then I have a spot here to do my journaling. And I've got 3 little clusters of of my stickers. I think I'm just gonna grab another piece of twine and put it on this as if it's a tag. And I'm gonna use my tiny attacher. So I'm gonna pull this up again. Keep my stickers connected like this, and then try to see if I can use my tiny attacher to just staple this twine onto these stickers. Yep, that works. Okay, so then I'll just add my journaling and add the date, and that's it. But this was a fun way to incorporate those that rickrack border in a different way. I think it would be great for a beach page or a birthday page. I think that would be a lot of fun. So give it a try. Try layering some of your borders and see how it comes out. And I hope you have a great rest of your Thursday night, and I will be back here again maybe next Monday, I think. So I'll see you again soon. Bye, everybody.